'Tis the season for spring cleaning. Time to open up those windows and get organizing.
Yes, but it's also a good time to spring clean your diet. Registered dietitian and better contributor Dana White is here with some great ideas on how to get started. Dana, I'm so excited because one of the products on here I use every single day, and I was like, is this going to be the don'ts and do's segment?
No, this is all thumbs up.
I'm like, this is awesome.
All thumbs up.
Okay.
So yeah, and we're talking about spring cleaning. We're starting with the pantry today.
Okay.
Because I think that's such an important, it's like the backbone of the kitchen.
Yeah.
But really making sure that you have foods in there with like a nutritional purpose, right? Not all the stuff that's been hanging out there too long. Maybe the stuff that's expired, let's get rid of it. But then here are some things you really want to stock up on to really make the most of your kind of day to day. Okay. So first we're going to give prunes the love that they deserve.
Dried, do you call them dried plums now?
Same thing.
That's like the new thing. They keep calling them dried plums instead of prunes, but they're still just prunes.
They're prunes, dried plums, whatever you prefer, but they are loaded with nutrition. A single serving only has 100 calories, 3 grams of fiber, okay? And if you actually, there's good research to suggest that eating 5 to 6 of them a day helps promote digestive health and also really good for your bones.
Are those pitted?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and what I like to do is make like an overnight oats with them. So chop them up, pecans, banana. I use regular milk. You could use almond milk or any sort of alternative, and some oats. Keep it in the fridge overnight.
That looks
and then
amazing.
There's our like go-to breakfast literally out the door.
That's the whole point of overnight oats, is that you don't need to cook it, right? It just
Correct.
soaks overnight, and then you could warm it up if you want to, but you don't have to.
Exactly. I like it cold, especially as the temperature starts to warm up, and we're reducing energy on this Earth Day, right? We just keep it in the fridge, and it just gets soft, and it's delicious, absolutely delicious. And you can add cinnamon to it. You can do whatever you want.
These are so good.
Aren't they good? They're like candy.
Like candy.
I know.
They're really like
Why'd
candy.
they get such a bad rap? They're good.
And they have the antioxidants in them that help promote immune health and heart. I don't think they have a bad rap. I just maybe think they're underappreciated.
I think they're underappreciated.
Do you know what I mean? So add that to your arsenal of dried fruits. Okay. All right. Next up, canned foods. Okay. Again, I think another gets a bad reputation. Oh, they're not good for you. They're too salty. The really, the good quality nutrients, right? Canned tuna. So good for you, really good source of protein, super affordable. Canned beans, obviously, or stock up on the dried beans and put them in your Instant Pot. You know how I love my Instant Pot. And you can cook them, you don't have to soak them, and you can cook them in 20 minutes.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm glad you like canned tuna too.
I do, and I like to make salsa. If I don't have, it's not good tomato season yet. Some green chilies and some canned tomatoes makes an amazing salsa.
I love it.
Throw it in the food processor.
Okay.
Okay. We actually did this over the weekend, but my kids are like obsessed with it. And some onions, some garlic, some cilantro in the food processor, and it's like restaurant quality salsa.
Salsa. Okay.
Yeah, it's amazing. Okay.
This is my favorite.
Next up, we have Scott's favorite. Okay, so yeah, these Premier Protein shakes, really a nice way to make a sustainable change, right? That's what we were talking about. So you stock up on these, you keep them in your pantry, pop them in the fridge. If you have that sweet tooth, right, you have to get rid of the Easter candy or the Halloween candy that's in your pantry. Great way to fight a sugar craving. There's 30 grams of protein in here.
That's why we're doing.
Which is 160 calories, right?
And only 1 gram of sugar.
1 gram of sugar.
Okay.
1 gram of sugar. So you're not, you might have that little sweet tooth, that sweet itch you're trying to scratch, and then you get it through this. Good for post-workout, a quick breakfast, something like that, even a snack.
Get these in BJ's. They have them by the box. It comes in like a 12 or a 24 count.
Yep.
And they're much cheaper there.
Yeah, and they're shelf-stable. That's the idea. You store them in the pantry, and then I like to drink them cold.
Me
so
too.
you
Keep a few at work if you can't run out to get lunch. That'll tide you over for a while. Yeah.
Totally. Okay. And then last but not least, I do hate throwing away, especially things like nuts and seeds. They're expensive, and and I always end up. This is literally from my pantry, right? I end up with like little bits and pieces of
That's
different.
mine, yeah.
So what I do is I throw them all in the food processor, and I put some honey and I use cinnamon today, a different kind of seasoning. Bake it in the oven, and it's a nut and seed granola. Okay, there's a recipe for it on my website, and you can really season it however you want. And then I'll use this for yogurt or to top like muffins or something, and you get all that good nutrition, and you're not wasting there may not be enough here for a whole recipe by itself, but when you throw them all together, they make this really beautiful crunchy topping that doesn't have a bunch of sugar or all that other garbage.
That's so awesome. So who knew? There's always these last little bits, so you can just throw whatever you have, and it makes a granola.
Yeah. So this is just literally these are hemp seeds and pumpkin seeds and almonds and walnuts and pistachios. Right, and it's got that nice crunch to it. Okay,
a lot more nutritious and more protein than the store-bought granola, which can be really high in sugar.
Right, this way you control all of that. I mean, really, there's just a tiny bit of honey in there and some dried coconut, which I actually had some left over
right
too.
into the food processor.
Yeah, food processor, pulse it a couple of times. So this time I added some coconut oil because I had the coconut in there. And then that was the only oil that I added, some cinnamon, some honey, and then I put it on a baking sheet on low heat because you don't want to burn it, and you just bake it till it gets crispy.
It's awesome.
Yeah, and
So
then I
good.
just store it like this, and then you get more mileage out of it.
I love it.
Such
All right.
great ideas. All right, for
So
healthy
delicious.
recipes and healthy eating tips, check out Dana's website. It's danawhitenutrition.com.
You can also follow her on Twitter for fun facts and useful information. Just search the handle DW Nutrition, danawhitenutrition.com. There you go. Thank you so much.